Do we have a message?
Tom is the message.
Yeah, the medium is the message. No, I don't think we have. I mean, we have a number of songs that are political in a sort of lowercase p political, I think. Things that talk about things that are happening in politics. How could you not, in the world that we live in at the moment, with all the nonsense that's going on. But I don't think, certainly lyrically, I'm not interested at all in any sort of coherent message or trying to convince people of what I think. Certainly, firstly because it's pretty low-hanging fruit with the kinds of people that would come and see us, probably all think the same anyway. But also because I don't know what I'm talking about. Is the other reason why. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
At the end of that song, it's like, yeah, it's quite a weird album, really.
I find that a bit quite
sort of like it's like a metal song, and then it goes funk at the end, which I quite like.
But with this album that we're doing, I think there is a kind of, rather than a message, a kind of theme of various different ends of various different worlds. It's kind of about, not about the end of the world, it's about the concept of thinking that the world is coming to an end in various different times, because that gets thrown around a lot at the moment with politics and the environment and whatnot. But trying to look at that as other moments where people have been equally assured that the world is coming to an end and it hasn't, so maybe trying to find a bit of positivity out of that as well, trying to find a path forwards, that the end of the world is about a change in perspective as well, I guess. So there's a kind of a coded message in there that's buried under layers of stuff. I guess I ran out of words.
Ready? Yeah.
This feels like ages.
Oh, that was the one. That was the one. That was the one. Those speeds were the one.
Yeah.
Knock 5 seconds off the doomsday clock. We're getting closer to midnight. And when the last bomb blasts, we'll be there alive. We're getting closer than we've ever been.
Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, massive influences for me. But like also like bands like Tool and Soundgarden.
Well, my favourite bands are Queen and the Pixies, but I'm not sure how much they've influenced me.
I think it's definitely. I can hear those in the stuff that we did.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and everything that Sam's mentioned already, of course.
It's not as bad doing it to someone else, because I don't like talking about veins and like, because you scan veins and stuff and you sometimes talk about it, or you'll be like, oh, let me feel this pulse, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, no, don't.
Yeah, she gets like a vasovagal response, and if you just go like that and go, oh, can I feel your pulse? She'll like go like jelly legs or something, like you're gonna faint.
Yeah, but
Ridiculous.
I can do it.
It's like a kryptonite, isn't it?
But I can inject other people. I don't mind if it's not me.
I love that face,
So good.
In terms of lyrics, or singers, I would say, in terms of performers, really into a lot of folk music, sort of political, but kind of socially political singers like Phil Oakes. Phil Oakes would be one of my favourite singers, performers. I've been watching a lot of his videos recently, actually, and I love the way that he is obviously extremely uncomfortable being a performer, being a singer, but also feels like he has this kind of compulsion to say something, and I have an affinity to that. And another one that would be an influence to me in terms of performance is Jarrow Elvis, who was an Elvis impersonator from Jarrow in the 80s. He was a terrible singer, couldn't sing, but he's someone that I like. Him as a performer is the exact sweet spot where I want to be. Is someone who thinks they're Elvis and is convinced that they're as good as Elvis, when everyone around them keeps telling them that they're obviously not. And that's where I want. That's what I say without any
But you have to be a bit shit though to be like
Yeah,
Jarrell Elvis.
and I think I am. But I also think we say this as a joke, but I do genuinely mean it. I'm going to look right down the barrel of the camera when I say this. We are better than the Beatles. We are just better than the Beatles. We're not bigger than the Beatles, I'll accept that, but we are better than the Beatles. And I really do actually mean that. And I really do actually mean that. I really do. Because when we're playing, I think the music that we play is my favourite music. It's the best music I've ever heard. And I really do think that. And I can't pretend that I don't. I can't pretend that I don't to try and be cool. And say, oh yeah, all these other things. I think we're the best band of all time.
The goat.
Yeah.
Modest?
Well, but I mean that in the same way that Jarrell Elvis meant that he was as good as Elvis, is that everyone around him knows that they're not. And it's obvious that they're not, and it's obvious that we're not. But to me...
Or is it?
Or is it? But by saying that you are, then you are, aren't you? By saying he's Elvis, and everyone goes, oh yeah? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Then he is Elvis. He's as good as Elvis, and we're better than Elvis. And the Beatles combined.
Well, the Beatles are better than Elvis, so like.
Oh, we could have a debate off camera about that. But even if Elvis joined the Beatles to make a supergroup, we'd be better than that even. And they would have 5 people. They would even have 5 people. Yeah, we're better than Elvis and the Beatles.
Is mustard a crumbly one?
No, that's Wednesday.
I don't like the
Red
crumbly
Leicester.
ones. Red Leicester,
I think
there's
that
no
has maturity
church
in
in
it.
it. Yeah, it's just Asian there.
Mature.
How would you feel if I was to get it in grade form?
That's absolutely fine.
You're one step ahead then. It's already graded.
I mean, you get a ripped part, but that's okay. You're paying for the grading, aren't you, really?
Yeah, the convenience of it all.
Me and Colin switched over to grade about a year ago, and
Oh,
we're
Ali.
at peace with our decision.
Keeping someone in a job.
Exactly.
Or a machine. Not someone actually grading it.
Could be. Is it not?
Well, after Brexit, who knows? What I'll have. People will be grating their own cheese.